The goals for you today are to be able to explain math terms such as array and row, and also be able to determine the total number of objects in an array. Hi friends, I just wanted to show you the vocabulary that you need to know for this math lesson. Good math students can do more than just add or subtract. They also know what things mean so that they know exactly what they're supposed to do for their practice or for their assignments. So the first word you need to know is array. That's up here at the top. So an array is when a group of objects is sorted into equal rows. So it can't just be a bunch of objects that are grouped together. They have to actually be arranged and ordered in equal groups or rows. So all these red squares arranged like this is an example of an array. Okay, so now let's look at the word row right here. So a row is one thing that goes across. So this is a row. These 6 squares that go across, and they're all in a line. So in this particular array, how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3. So what do we know about this array? We know that it has 3 rows. What else do we know about this array? Well, we can count and see how many is in each row. And we can also, by looking at it, we can tell that it has the same number in each row because they all line up. So here's 1, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many is in each row? There's 6. So if we're going to write this as a sentence down below, we can put 3 rows of 6 because that's how many is in each row. And then we can start our sentence with there. And we need the word are in between. And all sentences end with some type of punctuation mark. This is just a regular statement. So we're just telling somebody something, so we end it with a period. There are 3 rows of 6. So on the next pages that we'll go through, we're going to make the same sentence each time and then answer any other questions that it might have. Here is our next example. So we have an array. Remember, array is the entire set of objects that are grouped into equal rows. So that's our array. And then row is this word to the side. A row is one thing repeated or in a line. So for this array, how many rows are there? 1, 2. Okay, now we have some words and lines underneath. So let's look at those. We have 2 rows of blank. So remember from our example last time, it wants to know how many is in each row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 rows of 4. So if we want to add these together to see how many is in the array, we could do 4 plus 4, and we know that's a double, that equals 8. For this next example, we have an array of red triangles. Remember that an array is an entire set that is arranged or grouped into equal rows. So this is our array. We also have rows as part of an array. A row is one of the lines going straight across. So how many rows does this array have? 1, 2, 3. So we can answer the questions down below. 3 rows of, so remember we are going to count how many is in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 3 rows of 4. So from our last example, we added 4 plus 4 and that equals 8. So now we have 8 plus 4 more. If we count on from 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 4 added together 3 times is the same as 12. This will be the last example that we do together, and then you'll have the opportunity to do some of the problems yourself. So the first thing that we do is we look at our labels. Remember, an array is an entire set of organized objects that are in equal rows. So this whole picture is the array. And the other part of an array is a row. A row is a single group that goes across of an array. So how many rows does this array have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we're filling out the bottom part down here, we have 4 rows. And now it wants to know how many is in each row. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 rows of 4. That means we're going to add 4 together 4 times. So before we did 4 plus 4 equals 8. And then we had 4 plus 4 plus 4, and that was 12. So we're adding one more 4 to that. So we can either count on from 12, so 13, 14, 15, 16, or we can do 8 plus 8. So that is a double. 8 plus 8 equals 16. Okay, so now you will do the remaining problems, and you'll need to move your array and row so that I know you know the difference between the two.